Hi, welcome to Diamonds and Crochet. My name is Erica. Today I wanted to do my whip and chat with my Twilight Vibes Puffygator kit from Diamond Art Club. I was able to finish a little magic earlier this week, and then I worked pretty consistently heavy on this kit to get to the last section. I had started the last section a little bit last night. I actually did a whip and chat video last night. I was super tired and that came through in the video, so I decided to redo it. But anyways, I decided to want to finish this kit. When I finished the little magic kit, I kind of put a lot of crochet stuff on hold and worked pretty consistently on this kit. Although I did reach my goals with my crochet pieces, which is great. Anyways, what I'm going to be using today is my go-to pen. I love this pen. It's a beautiful rainbow ombre pen. It's by a French small shop on Etsy called Stylos Decobois, I believe. I love the weight of it. It's got some weight to it, but it's not extremely heavy. And I like the thickness of it. It's just, and it's beautiful, so it's my go-to pen. I do have a few other pens. I'm not necessarily a big collector, but I do have a few, and when I find one I like, I tend to stick to it. So you'll see this one a lot, probably. The things I love to collect are the scented waxes and putties. Today in the single placer from Pure Bliss Wax Co., I'm going to be using their Diamond Daughter Sticky Wax in the scent Mermaid Cove. I love this scent. And I'm going to be using in my multi-placer Rhonda's, let's see if that will focus for you guys. There we go. Rhonda's Crafty Corner Champagne Toast. They're scented putty in the scent Champagne Toast. And this is actually one of my favorite scents from Rhonda's Crafty Corner. So, my tray is my Yellow Dog Designs tray. Actually, I have two of these trays. I have a paw-shaped, I have one of the trays with the paw on it as a dog owner, but I tend to gravitate towards this one a lot because I love the color pink. This is a very soft, pretty pastel pink, but it's a duo tray, so the inside you can custom what color you want. I chose white. I actually really like the white inside, so I tend to gravitate towards this one a lot for that reason. And it's got this lip down here that I like, so I know some people don't. It's a feature I enjoy. So anyways, this is my last section for this kit. I'm excited to start it. It looks like it's going to have a lot of different blues in it compared to the rest of the kit. Blue is my favorite color, so I don't mind that. I did place down all the ABs for this section already. I placed those down. I have a hard time finding a putty or a wax that doesn't lift the AB coating off of the drills. So I've been placing them down with tweezers. This is going to be a gift, so I don't mind a little bit if I'm making something for myself. I don't really mind if a little bit of the coating gets, I don't know, damaged isn't the right word, but irritated, I guess. But where I'm making this for somebody else, I really want those ABs to be as perfect as they can be. and I didn't want to mess around. That's my dog, Hannah. She found an itch that she wanted to scratch. You might hear her eat. Looks like she's gonna go to her dog dish. So I'm gonna get sidetracked a little bit talking about my dog, but I don't know how many of you are poodle owners, but poodles are notorious for not wanting to eat. Hannah's no exception. She decides from time to time that she doesn't need breakfast or she doesn't need supper. She's a healthy weight. In fact, she gained some weight despite not eating consistently, so she's getting what she needs. Okay, she's just gonna get a drink. You'll probably hear that though. But poodles are notorious picky eaters or difficult eaters. I'm trying really hard not to continuously say and yet here I am doing it. You don't realize how often you say something until you start hearing yourself, until you start recording yourself and then hearing it back. My previous poodle was a dog that would wake up in the night or wake me up in the night to sounds of puking. Fortunately, Hannah doesn't do that. She's just very picky. She skips breakfast a lot. But that's not uncommon for poodles. All right, I got sidetracked with that. Just because I'm watching her not eat her breakfast. So I hit my goals with crochet, and as soon as I pretty much hit my goals with crochet, I focused pretty heavily on working on this one because I wanted to get this done. These are Christmas presents, so I put the projects I was working on hold. I'm still thinking about putting the mystery kit, the Margaret Morales DIY or Die Moon Shop mystery kit on hold. Just because, two reasons. I am dyslexic, so I do have trouble with the mystery kit. The fact that they're black and white instead of color, and I do rely a lot on the color to help me see where to place the drills. I love Diamond Art Club's drill field. There are other shops that have excellent quality drill fields as well. I placed an order for some other small shops that I know and love that I want to have to show you guys. I think I mentioned I'm really feeling the summer vibes right now. I guess I realized I don't have a lot of summer kits in my stash at the moment because I've been buying a lot of them. I showed you the ones I bought from Diamond Art Club because they came and I did a little unboxing. And I'm thinking of putting my Margaret Morales mystery kit on hold to work on one of those. With my dyslexia, the mystery kits don't tend to move too quickly for me. And I'm not going to see a lot of progress on that one very quickly. And I've realized that's not something I particularly enjoy working on at a consistent pace. So that's something I'm probably going to work on here or there over the course of a very long period of time until I get it done. What's that symbol? Sorry, I'm looking for, there we go. So I'm thinking of doing either beach gnomes or summer solstice. Let me know if you guys have a preference, if anybody has a preference on the one that I start, because it doesn't really matter to me. I'm kind of vibing with both of them. The 2 kits I bought from the small shops, or the 4 kits I bought from the 2 small shops, are both very, well, they both have a mermaid. I don't consider myself a mermaid lover, but then I realized I've been buying some mermaid kits lately. And I think it's because of the fact that it's summer, and I associate mermaids with summer because I live in a coastal state in New England. Going to the ocean is part of the summer. You just do it. It's a summer activity that you do. And of course, I associate mermaids with the ocean. And so I don't necessarily consider myself a mermaid person, but they're giving me the summer energy vibes. So I guess I'm buying the mermaid kits for that reason. I'll show them to you when they get here. Because I ordered a St. Anne mermaid kit from Jaded Gem Shop and a Leoba Bruckner kit from Jaded Gem Shop. And then I ordered a Femke Deborah kit from Unimade. I can't remember the name of the artist. When it gets here, I'll unbox them so you can see them. But the St. Anne Mermaid and the Femke Deborah kits, they're both mermaid kits. So I'll have plenty of mermaid kits in my stash because I've already got one. I'm really happy with this kit. This kit's looking good. I think I said in the last WIP and chat, I'm surprised I've never worked on a Puffygator kit before. I'm really enjoying them. The colors are pretty. Yeah. So my brother and his family got back from their vacation. Whoops. We had a family cookout. They hosted a family cookout. Hannah went. My youngest niece is absolutely in love with Hannah. I walk through the door and the first thing she says is, "Auntie, where's Hannah?" I know she loves me. Both she and her sister were asking for an auntie day. Her sister's old enough, she spends the night with me. I take them out to eat. The youngest one doesn't spend the night, so I take her out to eat, and then like we go get an ice cream or something, and we just kind of hang out, and it's a one-on-one kind of event. Whoops. They both love their one-on-one time. The oldest one is old enough to spend the night, so we go out to eat, and then we go pick up some movie snacks, and then we rent a movie that she can pick out. and we watch it, and they're both one-on-one. They're both really well behaved. You get the two of them together and they're typical sisters. When I decided to do diamond paintings for them, I knew that I had to do similar kits, but also individualized. Puffygator kind of was perfect. Her kits are very bright and colorful, which of course children like. They're animals, which of course children like. Blue Girl, which is the one I made for my youngest niece, and this one, Twilight Vibes, they're similar enough in size that one won't think that the other one got something better. The one I'm making for A Little Magic, which I made for my boyfriend's daughter, is a little bit bigger than these two, but they're not going to be jealous of her. They're mostly just jealous of each other. So they won't mind if hers is a little bit bigger. They're at that point where they want things to be individualized. They don't want the same thing as each other. But they also don't want the other one to get something that's better. So it can be tricky. I decided to stick to the same artist. Fortunately, Puffygator had a lot of kits, so that really wasn't a challenge to find something individual for them both. Because my youngest niece really likes jewel-toned colors. So Blue Girl was perfect. It's lots of rich navies and, pretty bright, but yet jewel-toned purples. My youngest niece really loves pastel colors, so Twilight Vibes was perfect for her. And my boyfriend's daughter handpicked A Little Magic. She said she liked that one, so I didn't have to guess with her. I just got her the one she said she wanted. All right. Coffee break. I'm recording this Saturday morning, so I haven't had my weekend activities yet, despite this going up Sunday night. Last weekend I did go swimming with my boyfriend and his daughter. I discovered that his daughter definitely does have a phobia of spiders. I don't know how many of you are familiar with dock spiders, but they are a very large spider that live near water. They're called dock spiders because they tend to like to live underneath docks. But she discovered that they don't just live in docks. It's funny because I was talking to her, she calls my boyfriend's mom Mammy. I was talking to her Mammy about dock spiders before we went because her Mammy saw a spider and she called it huge, even though it really wasn't that big. And I asked her if she'd ever seen a dock spider. And my boyfriend's daughter said, "What's that?" And I go, "That's a big spider." And then we saw one, of course. And she got mad at me because she said, "I thought you said they were dock spiders." And, we weren't anywhere with a dock. It was living on the underside of a fallen down tree. And I said, "Well, they are. It is a dock spider, but they don't just live in docks. They live near water. This one made a home by this tree." Well, she was already in the river at that point. And now that she'd seen, hold on one second. now that she had seen the dock spider, she felt trapped, that she couldn't get out, like it was guarding her exit. And, you know, thank goodness I was patient, because it didn't really bother me. Her dad was calm for a little while, and then he kind of lost his patience a little bit. So he knew I had it, so he kind of just sat down and let me handle it, which was fine. I was happy to. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so I can't think and talk at the same time. Sometimes that's tricky for me. Dock spider. So she felt trapped by the dock spider, and she asked me if they could swim. And they don't swim, but they can walk on water. And of course, I'm not going to tell her that. And after the fact, she saw one walking on the water, and she turned to me and she goes, "You said they can't swim." And she felt like I had lied to her. So in the moment, you know, she's terrified. I'm not going to tell her, well, they don't swim, but they can walk on water. I'm not going to tell her that this spider can reach her. We did end up finding a little part of the river that wasn't near the tree that she could climb out of. It wasn't the easiest point, but she felt safe because it was nowhere near the spider. And I was able to help her. She thinks I'm crazy for not being afraid of spiders, but I'm terrified of moths, so I do have my irrational fear. Anyways, she felt lied to, and so I started just kind of playing it off like, well, you asked if they could swim. You know, technically it's not swimming, it's just walking on water. It's different. And I don't think her dad was understanding where I was coming from, because he made some comment about semantics. And I just, he was in a mood this weekend for reasons. And eventually he realized he was annoying me, and he eventually stopped, but he was in a mood, and he was kind of annoying me a little bit. This was one of those moments where he annoyed me, because I'm not going to tell her when she's in the middle of a panic attack due to fear that the spider could get to her if it wanted to. Like, of course I'm going to tell her that she's safe. So that did bug me that he made that comment. But I also know he didn't know my motivation. I think I was playing it off so well nonchalantly that he thought I was being nonchalant about it. But anyways, we enjoyed swimming. The lake had a rope swing, and once she discovered an exit that didn't involve the spider, she was content swimming there. We were there for, oh goodness. One of those drills didn't want to go in, you guys. Probably over an hour. Her cousin, my boyfriend's brother, brought his daughter, who is, let's see, 4.5 years younger than her. They get on really well. They're each other's only cousins, I think. I know that she is, I don't know about, so I don't know about his brother's daughter on her mom's side, if she has cousins, but I know that my boyfriend's daughter only has this one cousin. So my boyfriend does like to have her interact with her and play with her cousin. So it was fun. The cousin never saw the dock spider. We discovered the dock spider before the cousin joined us, and we all agreed not to show the cousin the dock spider. Because what you don't know is not going to hurt you, kind of a thing. She had no problem interacting with the fallen tree that the spider was living under, because she didn't know any spider was there. So it was all good. My boyfriend's brother's dog had puppies a few weeks back. I think this week it will be 4 weeks, so that means 3 weeks ago. At the time of seeing them, they were 3 weeks old. This week they'll be 4. Oh my goodness, I absolutely adored it. So my boyfriend didn't want to go. His brother doesn't live too far away from them, so it's not that far of a drive. It's like 2 minutes. He was content just hanging out at home, and I don't mind taking her to see puppies. So I took her. She hung out with the puppies for probably 15 minutes, and then she spent the rest of her time playing with her cousin, which is fine. We were there for like an hour and 20 minutes before I realized it was an hour and 20 minutes. Like we were only going to go there for like 20 minutes. Puppies are just so cute. So much fun. Let's see. What did she have? She had 2 yellow boys and 1 yellow girl, 2 black boys and 1 black girl, and then a chocolate boy. And they're still all at the point where they're just really cuddly, and you hold them and they like squirm into you, and they're not really up and about, or they weren't last week. They grow so fast this week, they probably will be up and about and wiggly and stuff. I myself have never bred puppies, but I've had tons of family members breed puppies. So I've been around growing puppies pretty much my whole life. And they're just so cute at this stage. They grow so fast. A week makes a world of difference. So I'll be really excited to see them this week and see how active they are and stuff like that. The mom is a first-time mom, so she's really confused a little bit about what's expected of her. Like, she'll hear the puppies crying, and she knows they need her, but she doesn't quite know that they want to feed, that she needs to lie down with them. Which is common with first-time moms. That's very common with first-time moms. Cats too, sometimes. My understanding, anyways. But, you know, the owners tell her to lie down, and she will, and then the puppies will feed. So the puppies are doing great. They're nice roly-poly little puppies. But I did notice that mom doesn't always know what to do. There. So that was my weekend last weekend. I was able to go swimming and play with some puppies, so my weekend was great. And then my brother and his family got home and we had a cookout, and that was great. Hannah got to see my youngest niece. My youngest niece just grabs her leash and takes Hannah all over the place. I'm instantly forgotten, but Hannah loves it. So Hannah loves to be the center of attention. She gets jealous if she's not. She is definitely a one dog. I love dogs. I can talk about dogs forever, so hopefully my consistent talk of dogs isn't going to bore you all, but poodles are known to be a dog that does best with other dogs because they're a social breed. They don't like to be alone. But Hannah gets jealous very easily if she feels like she's not the center of attention. She even gets jealous of my guinea pigs if she thinks I'm in there for too long. So I learned very quickly that Hannah, despite being a poodle, is not a two-dog dog. She is a one-dog dog, and I will respect that. That's not a problem with my boyfriend either. He's not really a dog person. He prefers cats, but I don't have anything against cats per se. They're not a dog. My whole childhood we had dogs, and like I said, I've had family members who bred dogs, and I don't know. Dogs and guinea pigs, you guys. Dogs and guinea pigs, they're my two passions as far as animals go. I got my first guinea pig for Easter when I was 4. My brother was 7. My parents wanted a rabbit. They went to the local animal shelter. They didn't have any rabbits, but they had a guinea pig. My parents asked if it was good with children. They said yes, and they didn't lie. She came with the name Pebbles, and we kept it. Pebbles was an amazing guinea pig. She is the reason that I have had guinea pigs pretty much my whole life. She came to us already tame. If you don't know, guinea pigs are prey animals in the wild, so they have an instinctual fear. It's a survival mechanism. A lot of prey animals have it. You do need to earn their trust. It's called taming. Once you tame a guinea pig, once they trust that you aren't a predator, they are so affectionate and funny and interactive, and each one has its own unique personality. Hold on, that's a trash drill. They're just really great, loving, affectionate animals. Some guinea pigs take a lot longer to tame than others, but it's worth it, in my opinion. They're not necessarily an easy pet, so they aren't for everybody, but I love them. And I keep smacking the camera with my pen, and I'm sorry if that's annoying you guys. I have 3 of them. Bo, Nugget, and Fudge Ripple, who I call Fudgy. And then my dog, Hannah. I don't think I could live without a dog and some guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are herd animals. They do better in a herd. I went grocery shopping with my sister-in-law. You know, when you reach the age that grocery shopping with someone is an outing. Grocery shopping with your sister-in-law is a social outing. It was nice to just be alone and chat. You know, not have the kids or the husband, my brother, around. Just the two of us. And, you know, that'd be fun. When you reach the age that running errands with someone is a fun social outing. But it was fun, and I think we both did need it. She said that the 2-week vacation was too long, and I was like, yes, it was. My grandparents were very happy to have them back. It's funny because before they came back, like everything was falling apart, right? My grandpa was all in this mood. Nothing's going right. Everything's falling apart. My grandmother as well was kind of having this mood. And then they come back and everything's perfect. Everything's fine. And, you know, I'm like, okay, you guys aren't allowed to go on vacation ever again. I help take care of my grandparents. My brother helps me. So while they were away, I was kind of doing it on my own. And it is hard. They are unintentionally difficult. And I realize that it's unintentional. They're not actively trying to be difficult. They have no acceptance of the fact that, you know, they're closer to 90 than they are 80. And they want to feel like they did when they were 70. They don't want to accept where they are in their life stage. And the aging process is not easy. Especially not for them. But with my brother's help, it's manageable. My brother is kind of a favorite, I'll admit it. Part because he's a boy, in part because he was the oldest. My grandma has always called him her firstborn, which as a kid bothered me, but not for the reason she thinks. It didn't bother me because I was jealous. It bothered me because my mom was her firstborn. It was like, she wasn't. It was like, but he's not yours. Like, he's mom's. He's mom's firstborn. But she didn't quite grasp that that's what it was that was bugging me. But anyways, so he is kind of, things are easier with him around. So I was happy to have him back. Yeah. Anyways, I won't keep going on about it because I don't want, it doesn't really bother me. I'm trying to defend them a little bit. And then I feel like all it is doing is making me sound like I'm complaining. So I'm just going to stop. Everyone was happy that my brother was back. The point of that little ramble. So things have been going easier this week. I know last week I sounded very morose. I am in a much better place than I was last week, so I'm happy for that. My friend and I have made plans to go for dinner. We haven't done anything since April. Oh my goodness. She and I haven't gotten together to do anything since April, you guys. I just realized that my birthday is in April, and it was my birthday weekend. We went out for breakfast. A bunch of us did. We met up for breakfast, and we had mimosas. I love a good mimosa. Yeah. So we're gonna get together and have dinner after work sometime this week. I need a girls' night. Haven't had one in a while. I think I've talked about her before, but it's the friend that also crochets a little bit. Sometimes I have to travel. My local yarn store doesn't have any crochet groups. It's just knit, but the one closer to her, you can come in whenever you want and just crochet or knit. So we'll go there and spend a couple hours in the morning, and we'll hang out with the store owner who's there, and we'll just crochet. Sometimes I buy yarn. I have a hard time going into a yarn store and leaving empty-handed. I love yarn. I joke that yarn is my passion. Crochet is just how I manipulate it. My excuse to buy it. I'm having trouble with the drills staying on my pen in one spot. There we go. So I do love yarn. I think a lot of crafters in general tend to like to collect their crafts. I unfortunately have two, and neither one is particularly cheap. Both diamond painting and yarn is expensive. When I tell people I crochet and then I start talking about how it's expensive, everyone's always like, yarn's expensive. I think a lot of people think that it's cheap. But it's not, especially not if you're buying better quality, 100% wool or like superwash merino or stuff like that, or hand dyed, which I love hand dyed yarn. Then it gets even more expensive. I don't understand what I did there, you guys. I'm having a hard time seeing, I think, is what's going on. I'm sitting at a bit of a different angle. I got it. All right, I got it. So back in April, when Diamond Art Club was putting out a lot of Margaret Morales kits, I was taking a temporary no-buy of yarn or diamond paintings, which is why I didn't buy several of them. I wished I had, because whenever I get a notification that they're back in stock, I go to look in and they're already gone, because they go back in stock while I'm sleeping or while I'm working, and I can't have a cell phone, my personal cell phone. My work cell phone has to be with me, but I can't be on my personal cell while I'm working. So anyways, I'll eventually snag one or them, but sometimes I do have to go on no buys for budget reasons. I'm not mad that I put my bills and budget first. Always do that. Always craft within your means. But I did miss out on a couple of kits I wanted that came out while I was doing my temporary no buy. Yeah. Typically for yarn, I can save up for it because typically yarn, so Diamond Art Club, because they do their releases and then they only have so much stock, it's harder to plan budget-wise, knowing what's coming, when things go back in stock, stuff like that. But like for yarn or a place like Jaded Gem Shop, if I know I want to get something from Jaded Gem Shop, it's easier for me to budget appropriately, save up for it, stuff like that. And I always try and do that when I can, because my crafts are both very on the pricey side. And I do like to collect. I think a lot of crafters are collectors. I think I said that earlier. I think a lot of crafters are collectors. It's like we don't want to run out of our supplies. We don't ever want to be caught wanting to do something and not be able to do it, or at least I think that's my experience with it. If I want to make something, I want to have it there so that I can make it. I don't want to have to wait to have it. I heard someone once explain that she was building up her retirement stash. I was like, yes, I'm going to use that. My boyfriend never says anything about me. I mean, we don't share money at this point, but he never says anything about me spending it on my crafts. He's a painter and a drawer, so he is buying art supplies a lot, and art supplies are expensive, and he knows that, but he knows that he would never want to be caught without his art supplies. So I think he understands why I am always buying yarn and diamond painting stuff. Why it's important to me. If I know a kit's coming out, because usually by noon or 12:30, I'm at his place on Saturday. That's my time zone when Diamond Art Club releases their new kits. If there is a kit I want, like I think it's pronounced Einafel by Margaret Morales, at that point when that kit came out, I had it within my budget to purchase it, and I like fairies and pastel colors. I wanted that kit for sure. So like he understands why it's important for me to be able to, say, hey, I need to be on my phone for a second. I need to get this. And like he doesn't say anything. He's supportive of my crafting hobby, which is important to me. Because some people see the spending and they think it's frivolous or unimportant, or money could be spent otherwise, other places. So yeah. I'm just realizing the time. I think this is the first time I have rambled on to you guys for close to an hour. I think I'm getting more comfortable. I hope that it shows. I know that I'm not always the most expressive with my feelings. I come across, I'm stoic, I guess. I'm a very stoic person. Sometimes I'll say to someone, "Oh, you scared me," and they'll be like, "Really?" um, so I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm really enjoying this, and I feel like it's getting easier for me to speak to you on the camera, and I hope that that is showing. I hope that my joy for my crafts is coming through to you all, because I am really enjoying making the videos for this channel, sharing my passion with you all, and I'm hoping, I shared in my introduction video, I don't know how many of you all had watched it, so I figured I'd say it again in case anybody is new. I started this channel in an attempt to help me feel a connection and a community, because in my area there aren't many people who diamond paint. I just noticed a stray drill. The majority of people I say I diamond paint to, they're always like, "What's that? Never heard of it," or they just don't get it. They don't get the idea. Like, to them it seems like, what's the point? Which is fine. I understand it's not going to be for everyone. And around here, knit is king. I learned to knit. My mom taught me when I was in high school. I have knit scarves and blankets and leg warmers. I knit a pair of leg warmers once. So I do know how to knit. I never really enjoyed it. It always kind of felt like a chore. When I got Hannah 6 years ago in December, I was making a blanket for my youngest niece, because my youngest niece is 6 months older than Hannah. So she was 8 months old at the time. Because I got Hannah at 9 weeks. But anyways, Hannah was pulling, she kept, my yarn, skein of yarn was very tempting to her as a puppy. Couldn't get mad at her. If I was a puppy, yarn would be very tempting for me. I love yarn as a human. So anyways, Hannah kept taking it and running off with it and dropping all my stitches. And I know how to knit, but picking up that many stitches was not a fun, pleasurable task. And so I said, I will learn to crochet my niece a blanket, because crochet is one stitch at a time. If she pulls out all those stitches, there's not any dropped stitches to pick up. You just find where the left off stitches and you work from there. And it clicked with my brain so easily. I just instantly got crochet. I never really struggled with learning it. I never really struggled with any of the stitches. It took me a while to get comfortable with reading a pattern, but now I can read them very easily. I enjoy challenging myself with crochet, because when I do, I often find that I can learn it, and then once I learn it, I feel accomplished, and so anyways, I love crochet, and being in an area where crochet is kind of looked down upon, like still to this day, I have clients who I say I love to crochet, and they'll say, "Oh, you should learn to knit. You can do so much more with knitting. You can make sweaters." And then I'll tell them that I make sweaters with crochet, and they're like, "Oh, but the sweaters are so much better in knit." And like, I'll show them pictures of some of the sweaters I've made, and they'll say, "Well, that's a knit sweater." And it's like, well, actually, I crocheted that. And like, crochet is, I think it's not, I don't feel a sense of community for fellow crochet lovers around here, or fellow diamond painters around here. So part of why I wanted to make this channel was just to feel connection with my passions. have a sense of community. So I do thank everyone who stops by. Leave a comment. One question I keep asking is, I am feeling like starting one of my summer kits that I recently purchased from Diamond Art Club. I'm thinking of putting my mystery kit, Margaret Morales Die Moon Shop, on hold and just working on that when I feel like working on it, because it does trigger frustration due to my dyslexia. I don't think I want to work on that one consistently. I think I only want to work on that one when I'm in the mood to work on it. And so I'm just wondering which one you guys would like, which one, because either way, I'm feeling it for both of those. So let me know. Would you like me to work on Summer Solstice by Chris Bug? Or would you like me to work on Beach Gnomes by Marjorie, I believe it's Sarnat? Leave a comment, because I could work on either one. I'm feeling both of them. Because I'm really thinking I'm probably going to do that. But thank you for joining me today. I appreciate everyone who stops by. Have a great day. Bye.